I'm not sure if y'all been on TikTok lately, but those Chinese folks on TikTok is exposing all the luxury brands that Americans love. They're exposing it all. And they are really exposing how stupid materialism is in America. Think about how long you've been seeing memes like this, the price of Jordans. And we kind of overlook it. Yeah, we would probably share it, have a little discourse about it. But for the most part, we overlook it because we are satisfied and content in being victims in these companies' commercialism. The US and China are currently in the middle of a tariff war. And because of this, a lot of these luxury companies are moving their factories or things of that such out of China to protect their prices. They don't want to keep their products or their factories in China and then have to raise their prices by like 200%. So they're moving it out. So while they're moving their product out of China, these Chinese factories are exposing the gimmick. They're revealing it all.
Who are the suppliers behind the Salomon, Timberland, New Balance, Adidas, Nike, la 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 la? First, Baocheng Factory, one of the world's largest OEM sports shoe manufacturer. It is like a Foxconn in the shoemaking industry. During its heyday, it has over 100,000 employees in just one of its factories in Dongguan. What even surprised me is that it owns an independent brand called YY Sport. It's like a distributor for sports shoes like Nike and Adidas, same as like Foot Locker in America and JD Sports in England. Second, Huajian Group. It is one of the largest OEM manufacturer for leather shoes in China. On the other hand, Huajian mainly offer the OEM service towards those big brands like Gucci, Tory Burch, Coach, Calvin Klein, etc. Sounds crazy, right?
They don't care. They do not care. These people don't care, bruh. Yo, they are buying these items for status, literally status, because this same company has their own sports brand with similar models and similar designs, but for like 90% cut on the price. People ain't gonna buy no YSS Sport. Nah, bruh. Nah. Yo, you don't get the status wearing a YSS Sports, right? You don't get to pop the tag wearing YSS Sports. You don't get to come on Instagram and show the receipts wearing YSS. No, bruh. We are content being victim because these items are a status symbol. They are a status symbol, bro. Yo, the hood, black folks been knowing that Jordan has been scamming us for years, bruh. Bro, the gig has been up for Jordan, but the Jordan sales keep going up. We been got the cost per shoe for Jordan, bruh, since the early 2000s. But the Jordan sales keep going up, bro. The value that the Jordans or these other companies provide is the status. People are paying their $300 or their $400 or their $500 in exchange for the status they gave. Like, we're not buying shoes from these people because if we're buying shoes, we probably won't buy no Jordans, bro. Like, if you're buying shoes for the quality of it, bro, Jordans probably ain't the first on the list, bro. The shoe costs $16 to make, bro. It don't got the best quality, homie, but they're buying it in exchange for status. That's the core of the issue. That's the root. And once you figure out how to stop the transaction of status when they buy these products, that will solve it all, bro. Because there are people literally dying over $16 Jordans, bro. There are people who stand in line for 5 hours after working a night shift, buy a pair of Jordan, and then get smoked 10 minutes after leaving the store.
Starts now with breaking news.
We are following breaking news out of the capital city. Police are looking for two men who are accused of robbing and killing a man. And get this, police say this all stems from the suspects trying to steal the victim's Air Jordans. The killing happened around 10:30 this morning at the Old Rebel Woods Apartments in South Jackson. Police Chief Joseph Wade says the victims were visiting someone at the complex when the suspects approached him and tried to steal his shoes. After the victim refused to give up his Jordans, Chief Wade says that's when the two suspects shot the victim in the head, then proceeded to take his shoes off his feet. Chief says this killing leaves him speechless.
But there is no excuse whatsoever for you to prioritize a pair of tennis shoes over this man's life. He lost his life today in a very tragic way because of the tennis shoes that he was wearing on his feet.
Tennis shoes that cost $16.25 to make. There was another video that dropped on Chinese TikTok that really exposed this concept. They exposed Hermes. Hermes makes Birkin bags. Birkin bags cost upwards of $100,000. Rappers brag and boast about it. The Instagram models brag and boast about it.
Cooking. Y'all want to see my Birkin bag? I ain't never showed it. I've been having this Birkin bag for months and ain't never showed it. The internet. I've showed people that's close to me. Y'all want to see it? Ooh, what's that? I'm gonna show you guys what was in this. Y'all ready? Y'all ready? I ain't show nobody. So let's get this way. Oh, it's in this bag. Ooh. Okay, y'all. So the receipt is right here. We spent $35,000 for this Birkin. Hold on, y'all. Step out real quick. I'm showing them something real special to me.
Can you close the door?
Yeah.
Okay.
Receipt.
They're out here.
In here. Boom. Okay, so we got this. We got the lock. Okay. We're getting down to the nitty-gritty. I'm nervous. Okay, people leaving. That's good because I don't want to show nobody. But I've been having this for a minute and I ain't never wore it before.
She bought a $35,000 bag just to look at it. She don't even want to wear it. That's how in awe of the bag she is. If she's not in awe, or this bag don't cost $35,000 to her because of the quality, because of the pristine condition. No, this bag costs $35K to her because other people who look like her can't buy it. Because other poor people can't buy it. Because people don't have the money to buy it. So now when she has that bag and she puts it up, it's a status symbol. But the company who produces Birkin bags, who no longer produce Birkin bags now, due to Hermes moving their factories out of China, that company has exposed how Birkin bags are made and exactly what it's worth. That company also has their own brand, has their own logo with the exact same material they use to make the Hermes bag. They use it on their own brand, but their brand ain't selling, bruh, because they don't got the Hermes logo.
This Birkin bag at Hermes boutique will cost you 38,000 USD. But what is the real cost out of the factory? Today, I'm going to break it down in front of you, step by step. First thing first, Hermes only use the leathers from the 3 top-level suppliers. One is called Muti from Italy. The second is Weinheim from Germany. And the third is Haas from France. One piece of Togo leather, the same leather as this one, will cost 450 USD.
The thing is, these people will reveal other major brands that have similar bags to Hermes with the same material, but people ain't looking for those other brands. But this is the total cost here, $1,395. But Hermes will sell it to you for $38,000 minimum. They're robbing us blind. I'm not a big political guy. I don't really get into politics like that. I don't discuss it on this channel like that, bruh. But you kind of have to ask ourselves, bruh. Okay, you guys are making bags for $1,400, marking it up to $38,000, and your biggest consumers or buyers of those $38,000 bag, where you're marking it up like 500 or 600%, are Americans. So shouldn't Americans at least, if we're gonna get robbed blind, shouldn't we at least be able to make the bags and get some jobs from this? Which is why I kind of, again, people don't hurt me for this. I kind of understand Trump's madness a little bit, bro. All right, you making bags for $1,400, charging Americans $38,000, and you got the labor everywhere else but America. We're getting robbed blind, man. Now, one of them would also come on TikTok, and they would actually go deeper and really explain how much we're getting robbed.
They rob you blind, and you thank them for it. That's a tragedy. That's a scam. That's why I'm saying this right now. Americans, you don't need a tariff. You need a revolution. For decades, your government and oligarchs won't ship your job to China. Not for diplomacy, not for peace, but to exploit cheap laborers. And in the process, they hollowed out your middle class, crushed your working class, and told you to be proud while they sold your future for profit. And yes, China made money, but we used it to build roads, lift millions out of poverty, fund healthcare, raise living standard. We reinvested in our people. My family also benefited from it. What did your oligarchs do? They bought yachts, private jets, mansions with golf course driveways. They manipulate the market, dodged tax, and poured billions into endless wars. And you get stagnated wages, crippling healthcare costs, cheap dopamine, debt, and flagged wave property made in China while they pick your pocket. For 40 years, both China and the United States benefit from the trade, the manufacturing, but only one of us use that wealth to build. This isn't China's fault. This is yours. You let this happen. You let the oligarchs feed you lies while they made you fat, poor, and addicted. Now they blame China for mess they made. I don't think so. I don't think you need another tariff. You need to wake up. You need to take your country back. I think you need a revolution.
A lot of these companies aren't American-made brands, so there's literally nothing we could do. All this video is for, man, is I'm not saying go out and purchase the other options because no, that don't help either. No, it's saying, bruh, stop giving your money to these luxury companies, bro. Actually go out and purchase items. Like, actually go out and purchase items that are comfortable for you, that provides you value. All right. You should go to Foot Locker and buy a shoe because it's quality, because it fits well on your feet, because it's comfortable. The soles, provide you protection. Buy things that provide you value. Don't buy things strictly for status. Yo, I don't care how much money I make, bruh. You gonna see me making these same videos, bruh, in this white tee. That's it, bruh. That's it, and that's all, bruh. All right, now if you want to judge me for wearing white tees, cool, but I'm straight. My mama bills is paid, my bills is paid, my daddy bills is paid. All right, I'm straight. You feel me? I don't need like a status symbol, bro. Yeah, bro. Listen, yo, I think like, bro, like my first time actually like making, a bunch of money, bro. Like I think it was like last year. So, yo, bro, I went to a Marriott, bro. I bought a hoodie for like $3,000. I lost the hoodie, and on my flight, right, I bought another, right, like another hoodie from like Dior for like 2,800. Lost that. So, bro, it's like at some point it just becomes madness, and it feels like Americans are being taken advantage of and being exploited. Let me know in the comment section, what do you guys think about this? All right, let me know, man. All right, and if you're still watching, you can click on this video right here on my screen, somewhere here, either here, or here, right? Yeah, somewhere here, okay? If you want to see another dope video, so these Long Beach Crips violated and pressed some Mexican podcasters for saying this about black people and Kendrick Lamar. I'm gonna see you guys in this video somewhere on my screen. Out of here, folks. Peace.